Lovely Rita. Now they're saying Houston, huh?
They have it plotted through, like, next month. Yeah, they won't know exactly where this thing's going once it gets into the Gulf. To tell you the truth, they just don't know.
It's just so funny. They're showing the hurricane and what it could possibly do, and so far the projections are that's going to hit to the left of Houston. But you know they're all in the newsrooms just praying that it's going to move a little further east.
Who doesn't want this to hit New Orleans? Just as a viewer, taking the human tragedy out of the mix, I understand people will be killed and it will be a horrible thing. But as like a movie, who doesn't want to see it hit New Orleans again? See what a 1-2 punch will do to that city. Of course you want to see that. Of course you want, right when they get all the water pumped out, for it to completely flood again. Of course you do.
And the news is already hinting.
They are. I was watching Fox News.
They just wanted to jump right on with that graphic.
The mayor has already stopped people from coming back. He said people could start returning. We want to return to normalcy. Everyone in the federal government's telling him, hey, slow down there, pal. There's still a lot of danger there. I don't think people should come back. And he's like, no, we need people to come back. Sees the hurricane. Now he's like, we're going to put on hold the return of the citizen of Nolens.
Yeah.
God, I can't listen to that guy talk.
He is the worst.
Two hurricanes makes it a comedy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Two negatives.
Now it's funny.
Yeah, now it's funny. First time, oh my God, the levee broke. The second time, dude, they just put it back. That same fucking guy who was gonna live, now look at him. You dumb jackass, you should have stayed in Houston.
And this Nagin guy, the mayor, he's telling everyone, to stay away, like you just said.
Yeah.
So they're on the outskirts, and most likely the hurricane's going to hit on the outskirts.
Yeah, it's not going to, odds are it's not going to hit directly where they were, in New Orleans. It's going to go to those outlying areas where everyone evacuated to.
I bet Jesus freaks down there making a fortune. Because right now it literally feels like the hurricane's like stalking these people.
Yeah, chasing them.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of that shit and all you got is a flip-flop and a T-shirt, and some guy's just like, dude, this is it, man. God is coming. You need to repent. Whatever you got left in your pocket, you're going to give it to. Yeah.
Sinner.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, very busy hurricane season, and they get him in the Gulf. It does happen. What are you going to do? Poor New Orleans. They'll still have Mardi Gras, though. I'm certain of it.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Hey, on the brighter side, if Rita misses, we have a second chance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With
the storm hitting New Orleans.
Holy shit, John.
Wow,
what are you talking
about? Record time. We weren't on for 2 minutes.
You know that we're on fire already? We have a really good start to the radio show?
And you, screeching halt.
Let's go with this.
Goodbye.
Well, what is he trying? Did he just...
I like how vague his sentence was. He's just like, yeah that's like, the other thing, too. Like, we're going to be like, wah!
We got another chance with the other one.
What other one? Is there another hurricane besides Rita?
I think there's one spinning somewhere off the Bahamas. Yeah, there were two down there.
So that's what he's saying? If this one doesn't hit, there's another one behind Rita that might hit?
Much of a threat.
I haven't heard of the other hurricane that might hit.
It was very vague.
Who do you think is going to star in the New Orleans made-for-TV movie?
Oh, yeah.
Disaster?
Oh,
maybe a little Liv Tyler screaming on top of it. Should be like a deputy sheriff.
Yeah,
with a horrendous New Orleans accent.
She would have to be somebody, like a cop or something like. Not a victim.
It would be Sandra Bullock.
You think Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
They'd have to bring every black actor in, though. Every black actor would have to be brought in.
Morgan
for that
Freeman
one.
playing the same role again.
Could he
Frank Amos playing a diabetic. I need my insulin.
Is he Morgan Freeman too old to be the mayor, though? Or could he play the mayor?
They could just... why not?
Morgan Freeman can do anything.
Yeah, he can do anything, of course.
Actually, they'll have Will Smith as the mayor.
Will Smith? No, Will Smith's got to be like one of the guys that helps a shitload of people.
Well, it's going to be an action movie.
Out of their roofs.
We got WB11 here in New York already teasing that the hurricane might hit New Orleans, even though all the real people are saying that it's looking like Galveston.
And they have no clue, these things.
You gotta wait. You
gotta wait.
For the second time in a month, New Orleans residents are fleeing for higher ground. Another storm could be headed this way, and people have been told to get out by tomorrow.
It's like you're fighting a losing battle, but this is all Orleans. We're not going to quit. We're going to build this back.
Business owners began returning over the weekend. The Algiers neighborhood across the river from the French Quarter just reopened Monday. Now the plan to bring nearly 180,000 back is on hold.
We are suspending all reentry into the city of New Orleans.
Criticized for reopening the city too soon, Mayor Ray Nagin is now bracing his city for round 2 with Mother Nature.
Our levee systems are still in a very weak condition. Our pumping stations are not at full capacity.
We're out of
any type of storm that heads this way and hits us will put the East Bank of Orleans Parish in very significant harm's way.
Nagin says a mere 3-foot storm surge could cause another breach in the levees. President Bush, who is headed back to the region today, had questioned the plan to return evacuees to New Orleans.
If it were to rain a lot, there is concern from the Army Corps of Engineers that the levees might break. And so, therefore, we're cautious about encouraging people to return at this moment of history.
Why is thrown in
the president is making 2 stops. Later this morning, he will be in Gulfport, Mississippi. This afternoon, he will be here in New Orleans, where he will get a briefing on Rita and meet with businesses recovering from Katrina. Live in New Orleans, Sabrina Fang for the WB11 Morning News. John, back to you.
Sabrina, thanks.
I'm gonna go down and hug black people, get some photo ops. In this moment in history,
I'm going to fly over black people.
I'll look down
with a concerned look on my face.
I'll turn to my photographer and like put a little thing on my brow, make me look concerned. I'm concerned about this moment in history. Oh God, is he the worst?
He's going down there again today, right?
Why?
He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's just going to go down there again and look around.
There is nothing he needs to go down there for. There are people you delegate responsibility to in these situations. You make the first initial visit so you look presidential and look like you're in charge. And then you go back and you say, you take care of this, you do that, you do that. And there's no reason for him to fly back down there again and look around.
Oh, yeah, going down there would put his hand on somebody's shoulders with that look of concern.
Look of concern. There'll be some mother and a child, and he'll pick the kid up and walk a little with the kid.
Set it back down in the water. All right, that's a wrap. Let's go, people.
All right, load up the copter. I'm leaving.
Let's go to the phones. Say hi to Alan. Hey, Alan.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, what are you guys going to auction off for Hurricane 2 here?
Yeah.
I know, man. We're running out of
shit left.
We have nothing left.
We have nothing.
Man, you better start digging up over at Jimmy's house there. I think he's got a few things hidden in the closet there for us.
You know, if this hurricane hits another city and destroys it, we have nothing. There's just nothing we can do.
Yeah, think of that.
You have to go with, I think they deserved it.
Yeah. I think they deserved. They were evil ananyway.
I like anytime there's a tragedy, people always got to talk up their city. Like New Orleans is a special kind of city. we're gonna really what Little Rock would quit. Like, we don't have it in us. We're not like those people down in New Orleans. Those people rebuild. They're not quitters down there.
Say fuck it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be hilarious if we just walked away like
Hurricane 1. I'm moving out.
City has no redeeming value whatsoever. Oh. It's contributed nothing through the history of this country, and we're not rebuilding.
It's everything Las Vegas wants to be. And it's commercials, you know?
Those commercials are great, though, when you turn on. It's like from the Arkansas Tourism Bureau, and they show like people on a beach riding horses and then some historic building. And you think of what could I possibly do that's fun there? Nothing. They are really trying to rope me into this one.
You're so right. Some of these places, I could do all that in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to go there a week.
Every building down there is historic. They don't have any money for a new one.
and they have some stupid catchphrase, you know, something, you'll be surprised by Little Rock. Yeah. You know, I will. And then they show the horseback riding and the beach. And that's pretty much it. And I'm thinking, if I want a vacation there, all right, horseback riding.
That could be fun for
like
an hour
maybe
or 2.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you go to the beach if it's nice out, 1, maybe 2 days. What are you doing for the rest of your vacation in Arkansas?
No idea.
They've shown me nothing in this commercial.
I'm sure there's a Starbucks there.
Yeah.
Some sign Bill Clinton grew up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you would do. Look at his birthplace.
Let's say hi to Mark in Oklahoma City. Mark?
I just hope they have enough kayaks in New Orleans.
We need to fly in more kayaks.
Kayaks.
There's another hurricane. These people need more kayaks. We go in 2 at a time. We take them out. It only takes 168,000 years. 2 at a time.
Jim in Brooklyn, what's up?
Guaranteed, if this hurricane hits them, they're gonna have problems evacuating people. People are gonna die. And on that note, down in Florida, I know my mother's a nurse down there, and she got called into the hospital last night. They locked them down in the hospital last night.
The Florida ain't gonna get much.
Yeah,
pal. Don't worry about Florida.
All right, have a good one, guys.
They're gonna have some flooding and a lot of rain.
This thing's going between Cuba and Florida. Cuba and the Keys. It's staying in the water, it looks like. And then it goes out into the Gulf. It's not even a hurricane yet. It'll be a Category 1. Yeah, let's get a pool. I say just on the Texas-Louisiana border.
Really?
Yeah.
I say Houston.
You think Houston? That would really be
just as
funny,
a goof,
too.
because that's where everyone went.
Houston would be good, because that's where a lot of them went, man. It just...
I'm going to go with Corpus Christi.
This is like
Corpus Christi?
Yeah, just because I like saying that.
This hurricane thing is like the Jaws series. Where
Yeah,
now
it
the
is.
shark is following them.
Yeah.
Didn't the shark follow her down to the Bahamas or something?
It was awful in the last one.
What was that, Jaws 8 or something?
The next one will be 3D.
Yeah, I know. Louis Gossett Jr.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Now the hurricanes have minds of their own, and they're following the people.
Yeah.
I like how they call Houston, the rappers call it like the third coast. Like if you go there, there's no sign of the ocean. It's like you want to go to the beach, you get in a car for like fucking 2 hours.
On a map, it looks like it could be close to the coast, but...
Well, Mike, I want to give out a big fuck you to my brother Andrew. I'm homeless now because of this damn hurricane here in New Orleans. This douchebag's got 2 apartments, one that no one's in. So what does he do? He offers it to me. Then what do you do? Because that hole you're married to controls you and has your balls in a jar. You end up giving it to her mother's friend of a friend instead of your brother, your own family who's homeless. Fuck you, Andrew, and fuck your wife.
E-Rock's been working on the Opie and Anthony auction the last few weeks.
Oh. I wouldn't have known he was in, but here he is. E-Rock.
What's up, E-Rock? How's the Opie and Anthony auction going?
Doing very well.
And I noticed a lot of people are paying, which is a very good thing.
We just got $4,500 for intern for a day.
That's mere bag of shells to you, by the way, right?
Of course.
Mr. Cheddar, as I may call you, like Martha Stewart knows.
Eric, what's Psycho Stick Beer?
That's something Steve brought in. It was a #1 song on Squizzle that I guess you guys talked about.
Did you just say Squizzle?
Squiz.
I just liked how before he told you what it was, he blamed it on Steve.
That's not my
So now if
handwriting,
it stinks,
all right,
it's Steve's problem. And the first thing he had to do was go, Steve brought that in.
Eric, do me a favor, go get Steve.
Okay.
All right. There he goes. Eric actually started walking, stopped because Steve walked into the studio, so his music had to stop. And Eric's still in the studio, and now here's Steve with his walk-on fucking hybrid sound effect. Hey, Steve, what is Psycho Stick Beer?
Eric brought it in.
Psycho Stick Beer. Psycho Stick
Why
Beer.
does that sound
I'm
familiar?
cleaning up because you brought it into us. That's why it's familiar.
Well, Eric said you brought it in.
I probably did. It's something I brought in maybe
some drunken haze.
No, it has nothing to do with drunk. I probably in a course of penning like 6 discs in. That was one of them. Now I can't remember what it is.
Is it a band called Psycho Stick and a song called Beer?
Mm. Oh, yeah. Now I remember what it is. That's like the #1 song on Squiz. And on their they've got like a weekly countdown that they do, and apparently that's like the
Biggins Countdown?
Yeah, the Biggins Countdown. Thank you. Oh, it's written on the disc. Okay.
You know, I could have done this whole thing myself.
Yeah, we didn't need any
wanted to hear
entry
the sound
music.
effects and the entry music.
Yeah, I know.
All right, one, get out of here. Get back to the Opie and Anthony auction. There goes. Both leaving the studio at the same time. I was very
If you
confused.
faded that music down, that would have sounded like that was playing in Steve's hybrid car.
Steve's hybrid, yeah.
Look at him raising his hand.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
Derek's all
missed it.
pissed at himself.
We were talking about the Hurricane Katrina, or Hurricane Karina.
Karina, yes.
Yeah, you got that clip? We played that clip on our show.
What could Iraq possibly have added to your program?
Well, this was lottery winning, so...
the poor Iraq.
Yeah. What is he doing with that money? Is he going to have,
Here he is. To his new theme music.
Wow.
He has walk-on music.
From his favorite artist.
He loves Paula Abdul, so that's his walk-on music. E-Rock, you hung with Laszlo at K-Rock? E-Rock was at K-Rock.
Hey!
No? All right, go ahead. Let's see.
78 degrees out.
Let's say hi to Russell. Russell, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I didn't know you guys were on a delay until you took my phone call. You know, I mean, shit, what are you scared? That I'm going to say something about the Ron and Jizz show?
What? Wait, sir. What?
Hey, I'm Russell the trucker.
Hey, Russell.
Right.
And, I'm just calling in to complain about a few things.
All right. We take the good, we can take the bad.
I'm sitting down here in Birmingham, Alabama, and while that fucking hurricane was stirring around I won't use the N-word.
Yeah.
While it was stirring around the black folks down there, they forgot all about that girl in Aruba, and they let every one of them fucking cocklickers go. Every fucking one of them. Now, I just want to know, what do we have to say about that?
For real?
And tell me, because
sir,
just because I'm a trucker doesn't mean I'm not intelligent.
Are you seriously?
No, it's your grades in high school that determined that.
Are you really serious here, sir, or is this some kind of a joke? Because you're doing a good job of acting if it's a joke.
I'm trying to talk to you. What is this, a Ron and Jizz show?
We heard that the first time, sir. The Ron and Jizz show.
It's Ron and Fez, and they're on after us. But
I thought it was Ron and Jizz.
I think we spent enough time on the Aruba girl. That story's over.
Well, they let those cocksuckers go. You know goddamn good and well that they, excuse my language about using the Lord's name in vain and things, but we are on, radio. And, Can we just get down to business here?
He doesn't want to
let's get down to brass tacks. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah, talking about America.
You know damn well there's a whole bunch of Indians out there right next to the ocean. I'm not sure exactly where that frickin' place is at, but, somebody took that girl and they butt raped her.
That's right.
And she's out in the ocean, getting raped again by a shark. And
holy Jesus, Palomino.
This is too funny to be real.
Right. This guy.
Program that I can call in and really talk about exactly what I can't figure out.
The issues of the day. Yeah.
I can't figure out who Opie is and who Anthony is, but I listen to you guys every day, and I just don't know. Let's get down to the brass tacks.
All right, we're getting
brass tacks. I think we're there.
How about you make your point, sir? Come on, Ross.
Yeah, what's your point?
What's the world coming to?
What's the world coming to?
I'm not talking about Billy Graham. You know, I just really want to know what in the hell is going on here.
What do you think the problem with America is today, sir?
Well, I think the problem with America... you know what? That's a large question right there.
It's a large.
We'll try to simplify it for us.
Yeah.
I think everybody in America is just stone cold fucking retarded.
Is that it?
And there's no brass tacks there. You don't even need to polish some shit there.
The what?
You know, these fucking mentally retarded motherfuckers need to go fucking, shit.
Wow.
You know what? The people that left those old folks in that nursing home to drown, they need to be commended. Because, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Too many fucking assholes in this world that need to die. And
So let's start with the old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like that Army-Navy store guy in Falling Down. Remember the guy that was...
Yeah.
That's what he's like. I'm like you, man. I'm just like you.
He's starting to make a little sense, though.
Yeah.
Why go after the people in the nursing homes, Russell?
Hey, you want to know what? Jack Kevorkian is one of my best fucking friends. I did nursing for 15 fucking years before I became a truck driver.
This now makes even more sense.
Everybody.
How many smothered faces did he leave in the beds when he walked out of the room? Yeah, they just died of old age.
There's more than one pillow that I'd fucking like to shove over somebody's face.
Did you ever suffocate any of your patients?
He runs out of breath after every sentence.
You wanted to?
Yeah.
You ever turn? Yeah.
But, you know, I'd like to stick my middle finger up some family member's ass and smother some fucking patients. You know what I'm saying?
We understand what you're saying.
You never turned up their medication a little too high and let them just drift away?
I was too busy taking the medication, just trying to deal with the cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
What do you think we should do about the population problem?
You know, there's certain areas that we should just think about dropping bombs on.
I bet I know those areas.
Starting over. And that fucking New Orleans is one of them. It seems like we've had a natural, it seems like God has gone ahead and took care of that for us. You know. But, you know, there's a whole lot of other problems in this world that I would like to get to.
Let's get to them.
Yeah.
But, goddamn it, you know, you caught me off guard. My brain is going blank because I didn't even think you'd answer my phone call. But, you know, there's other issues in this world.
What about teen pregnancy?
Yeah, what about teen pregnancy?
Oh, shit, I'd like to get every one of them pregnant and fucking have them go down to the abortion clinic. You know?
Get them pregnant and then take them down to the abortion clinic. I got you.
That solves the condom problem.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, especially if they got big, nice, firm tits that are juicy and great for whip them out Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
This guy's
all right, Russell.
All right, Russell, we're going to let you go for now, all right?
Hey, I love you guys. And tell Jimmy that I've got the juicy one that he likes right here between my legs. And tell Jimmy I love him.
All right, thank you, Russell.
Bye.
There he goes,
A lot
Russell.
of people are saying he should get a golden ticket.
I think he should get a golden ticket.
Jesus.
New bit on the show, 5 minutes with Russell.
I think
Russell, you call him whenever you want.
He kept running out of breath at the end of the sentence. You're ready for your next act. Coming to the stage.
Russell.
Hey, man.
Uh-oh.
Your show says a whole lot of cock.
Oh.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
You know, the first thing you need to do is get rid of that goddamn, 2-minute delay. You know, because I can't even talk and listen on the radio at the same time. My dog wants to fucking bite your ass. What? And let me tell you something. You know, in order to do a good radio show, you need to wake up in the morning and at least read the motherfucking newspaper.
Is this ELO?
You folks have no idea of what you're doing. You know, and I love you guys. We are listening every morning.
We have no idea what we're doing.
The fucking left side of my fucking window there.
All right, Russell, how about you do the news for us today?
Oh shit, bring it on.
Well, what's in the news today? I'll give you some thought starters. How about
Wait a minute, I'll tell you what's on the news.
Oh, you don't need a thought starter.
All right, let's go.
I don't need to read the fucking newspaper. You know what? There's a whole lot of people out there. It takes them a whole lot of time to read the newspaper. And I'll just goddamn tell you one thing. that you know, there's a problem. There's a problem out there in this United States of America.
They're stalling.
And
Russell,
they got blown away. I'm sorry that there's so many black people out there, you know, but that's not a white problem. You know, but let me tell you something.
Oh, wow.
Well, they moved over into Houston and shit like that, and now the tornado is coming right directly towards them again.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad problem and thinking that maybe they might need to move over to the Arizona Dome, you know.
The Arizona Dome?
Yeah, because... you know, for some reason, the good Lord has sent these hurricanes around here, and it's not good for them.
Yeah, around here. Yeah.
No.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Hey, Russell, are you trying to say that the hurricane is now going after the people that left Louisiana, New Orleans?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if they're black or white. You know, but let me tell you something.
Why is God mad at those people and sending hurricanes after them?
Well, geez, I don't know. He's just a guy that really doesn't like queers or blacks.
So God doesn't like queers or blacks, so he's sending tornadoes.
Kind of guy.
Hurricanes.
I know.
Yeah.
Opie just really despises the good Lord. But you know what? He's got a plan.
Wow.
All right, Russell. All right, Russell. We're going to let you go.
What? You don't let me know?
What?
I'll fucking send a hurricane after your ass, too. I'll put it out.
All right, there he goes, Russell the trucker.
Wow. His laugh sounded like Norton imitating Ben.
Don't. All right, we'll talk about Hurricane Rita when we get back, I guess. Hurricane Rita.
Yep. Just keeping tabs on it on the news, are you?
It's going to hit, Galveston?
It's another biggie. Cat 4, as they say now. Used to be category, but now we've had so many hurricanes this season in the news all the time that now they're just calling it Cat 4. Cat 4.
Category 4.
Very dangerous storm. It's in the Gulf now.
That's a hip weatherman.
Yeah.
Cat 4.
We're talking
I'm
Cat
out.
4 here.
I guess that God thing's not working out for President Bush, huh?
Talks to him on a daily basis.
He loves the God thing. He talks about God all the time in his speeches and when he's setting policies and all that.
A Christian.
How does that work that the people that were in New Orleans, they get hit by the hurricane, they're displaced. A lot of them go to Texas, Houston, Galveston, wherever they are over there on the Texas coast of the Gulf. They go there. They've been praying. They have been asking God for help. Not only does God not help them,
right,
but he sends another hurricane right at them.
He sends another motherfucker right
Another huge...
Let's just call it another motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Right at them. Right at where they went. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, you keep going to your churches. Have fun. I'm bailing at this point. I don't believe
It's not even like he didn't help, but at least he's keeping the status quo. We can,
You got to pray to Satan now, like sacrifice a lamb or something.
Right. Pentagrams all over the place, just because for some reason it's not working. He is not only not helping, now he's kind of having fun with you guys.
He sent another motherfucker.
He's kind of goofing on you now. You're praying, you're asking for help. He just, what does he do? Does he spin his hand? What's the act that he does to make one of those hurricanes? Whoa, like he's bowling. He puts a little English on it, and there it goes across the Gulf.
Yeah, everybody took off. It's like the 7-10 split right now.
Yeah, now it's a 7-10 split. What do I hit? I hit New Orleans again? Do I hit where they went?
No, you hit Houston and you knock it into if they went up to Little Rock.
Oh, right. Yeah, you kind of curve it around the coast a little English.
He's going to clip Houston in the Astrodome and
like
send it shooting up.
Like a pro when you think it's going to go in the gutter and it just stops and then hooks and goes strike.
Right.
He's fucking around. He's got a blindfold on. Hey, what? Trick shot.
He's going to toss this. Watch this. Watch this.
I think it just shows he has a sense of humor. Because, I mean, you got to start laughing at this crap.
This is a huge storm. Another one.
Cat 4, as Ant said.
Cat 4.
I think he's repeating himself.
Yeah.
He did it last year in Florida.
Yeah. And now he's doing it's a copycat.
This is like, the sophomore jinx. More of the same.
So are all those
2 stars?
You're reviewing his hurricane and just thinking it's a pale comparison to the first one.
Are all these people now bailing out of Houston?
They have ordered some voluntary evacuations. I hear, though, by maybe later today or tomorrow, there will start being mandatory evacuations. A lot of people are very critical of the 5-day hurricane track. I heard this on the news yesterday. People are saying it panics a lot of people. They really aren't sure within 5 days where exactly this thing's going to turn up, and it kind of gets people it gives them that cry wolf syndrome where they look at the 5-day, it says it's coming toward you, and then it really doesn't, and they go, oh, look at the news again, scaring everybody.
But it only moves just a little bit.
It all depends on what happens.
We knew it was going to hit New Orleans like 5 days out.
No, they didn't. They really didn't. They said it might, and it probably will. But if something happens in the Gulf, if another storm pops up somewhere, or a low pressure or high pressure forms somewhere, that's what steers those things. That bumps them around, and it could turn them one way or the other. That's why they can't if they definitely knew, they would evacuate like immediately.
Yeah.
This is definitely coming here. Get the fuck out.
Well, they're reeling us all in again, man. Because I'm watching Fox and MSNBC. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. They're showing it in like real time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm frustrated because the thing
slow these fucking things.
Yeah, the thing moves what, 15 miles an hour or something like that.
Like 12 miles an hour or something like that. Yeah.
If you had a bike, you could stay ahead of it.
You could definitely outrun it.
You'd have a tailwind just pushing you along.
You could outrun it.
Well, we got some audio coming in. Let's listen to what the Today Show has on Rita.
As the president again checked on recovery efforts in New Orleans and South Mississippi, oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico were being evacuated. In the port of New Orleans, Marines were recalled to the Iwo Jima supporting the Katrina recovery effort. It will ship out for now. And the infamous convention center was being cleaned should it be needed as a medical shelter.
We are completely aware of the potential dangers that we would face if the storm ventures toward the eastern side of Texas.
New Orleans can't take much bad weather. In addition to a damaged infrastructure, New Orleans levees, though patched up, are severely weakened.
Right now, our weakest link is still the place where we did the patches. We estimate right now that could withstand maybe 5-foot surges.
Officials have put a steel barrier over the entrance of a canal whose levees broke, flooding the city of New Orleans. But, Matt, there's nothing anyone can do about the rain, even if they get only a portion of Rita. Even a little bit of rain here could have a devastating effect to an area which has already been hit hard.
If you did a cannonball into the Gulf of Mexico, you could flood that whole fucking city. One of those guys falls off of the oil rig. It's going to send this little ripple of people. No!
The levees. They pretty much just got the whole place pumped out, too. They're
a lot faster than they originally thought.
Oh, they were talking 6 months underwater.
Took 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. They're pumping it out. It's all pumped out. And this thing could just flood it again.
And Bush is he's looking frazzled.
What'd I do?
He just keeps going down there and taking a look. You think he's doing that? Yeah, just kind of looking around like, where do I start?
It's a lot of brush.
Yeah. Not to be cleared here. But we're going to rebuild. He does nothing. He was down there yesterday. They all over the news. I watched again. He gives a speech, a rah-rah speech about how they're going to rebuild and send money down there. And it's something he could have done from Washington. But he flies down there.
We're going to send funds down to the people who need to be funded.
Yeah.
He gets like one word. He just latches onto it and says it 52 times.
I love how he just stammers. I thought I had a stammering problem.
And we need to send money to the people that need these finances to be financially viable again.
Hey, Russell.
Fucking man, retarded motherfuckers.
Russell.
Hey.
Oh, no.
What? You guys got me on that goddamn delay. I don't want to, mention his name, but it starts with Howard and it doesn't end with Hughes, but that's the money that he's making. Somebody ought to shoot that fucker, stab him in the ass with a needle and break it off. You know what I'm saying?
See, I think Russell has a problem because he thinks we're on this big, long delay.
We're not really on a long delay.
Russell, Russell.
You cocksuckers. You talk a lot of good shit, but you fucking end up with Jimmy Norton.
Listen, what the fuck does that even mean?
You just have to slow the feed down.
Russell, we did
For
some
you
news.
Southerners.
We did some news for you. What did you think of our Rita coverage? We had some intelligent stuff there.
Well, you want to know what? I think Rita, I look like a big, fat fucking truck driver. One with a big, fat Peterbilt with lots of chicken lights and everything. And I'm right behind it, and I'm going to shove up Texas's ass. Texas has got a lot of problems. I don't think that New Orleans has a thing to worry about. All
Russell.
the black folks should come down in there and move back in.
Russell, where do you call home?
I call home right next door to the package store, or some people call it the liquor store, and it's right here in the back of my truck. It's my little fucking Chihuahua dog. His name's Scooter.
Scooter. Scooter. Hey, Russell, no, what state are you from?
Well, I originated from California. That's where I became mentally retarded. And I know Scott Peterson, lived in his neighborhood. I moved out, and I now live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And there's a lot of good-looking women over there. Before Whipping Out Wednesday even came out, they were already showing me their tits. And it's a good deal over there. The property's cheap, and I'm
the pride of
very happy
Knoxville.
about living there.
All right. Well, thank you, Russell.
Hey, I love you too.
I didn't say I love. All right. All right, there it goes, Russell.
He's one of those I love you, fuck you guys.
I thought he said he was from Birmingham, the first call, didn't he?
Did he? I didn't hear where he said he was from.
Did he say that?
Maybe.
You're bringing up a pretty good point. Hurricane Rita is slowly but surely making her way to the Texas coast. And I mean slowly but surely.
Yeah, Bill was saying earlier, he goes, they're showing this in real time. And it sounded like a joke, but no. The news channels, no matter what story they're doing, in the corner, they'll put a picture, the satellite picture of the hurricane, just on a loop, scrolling and spinning in the Gulf. Like we need to see it constantly until it hits something.
I think it's moving 3 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's a hurricane in real time. It's not the most exciting thing to watch on
They've
television.
already done the hacky palm tree blowing in the wind
shot. With the reporter in front of it.
The reporter in front of the driving rain.
It ran right between Cuba and the Keys. So they had their reporters down there, of course, with the wind blowing.
Well, at least, they know it's coming. They got plenty of...
Yeah.
Well, then they got the shot inside the grocery store with all the empty shelves because you got to get ready for the hurricane.
Getting ready. We're up to a Cat 4. Winds 131 to 155 miles an hour. That's what it is. And they say, Opie, this could reach Category 5 and smack into Galveston is what it's aiming at. I saw where Galveston is. You see that? It's a little strip of land off of Texas. And they were talking with an evacuee from New Orleans that went to Galveston. Why wouldn't you just take a little effort, go a little more inland? You're on a strip.
I've always liked the water.
Yeah, I like the water. I'm not going to let it scare me away. Let it scare you.
Let it scare you away.
It's chasing you now.
You should be scared. Run. Get out of there. Stop being so brave.
But at least in this day and age, Opie, we're in 2005. You can see the satellite picture of a hurricane constantly. It's not sneaking up on anybody. Who would think something 500 miles wide could sneak up on people? But it did back in the olden days. Do you imagine what it was like? Because we didn't have satellite photos. There weren't weather forecasters that could tell there was a hurricane coming. It was just some schlep sitting in his little, log cabin? Did you say there, Phil?
It's like it's going to rain.
Yeah. Well, it was so nice a little earlier, but there's a few clouds moving in. I think I'm going to have to postpone seating the back 40. And then out of nowhere, maybe the wind picks up a little, and you've been through a lot of storms, so it's probably, ooh, this could be a bad one.
Oh, you read those old books, too, and you had to, tie yourself to a tree?
Yeah.
And after the eye passes over you, like naked, like it's just ripped everything off of you.
There's nothing left, and then it hits, and you're like, oh boy, this is like something I can't even say from a movie because it's the 1800s.
You had to be in a hurricane to know there was a hurricane
to know
coming.
what this was
There's
like.
No meteorology.
Right? There's nothing that can tell these people what it was like, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't been figured out yet. So what are the people thinking back then? An act of God?
Yeah, they must have just ran to the
crazy
church.
Thing like that, right?
That promptly collapsed on top of all of them, killing everybody. That church-like mercy.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're following Hurricane Rita in real time.
In real time,
on
and
CNN.
It's not supposed to make any kind of landfall until Saturday afternoon. Oh, it's Saturday morning, early Saturday morning.
Saturday, 2 a.m.
And it's Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday.
It's 24-hour fucking coverage.
Yeah. It's they got it in a pretty straight track, curving a little north. I would like to see it take a northerly turn a little sooner, which would have it barreling into New Orleans.
Nah, New Orleans is safe.
Who doesn't want to see this hit New Orleans?
It's starting to move even like west of Galveston.
It's the sequel we've all wanted.
Are you worried about the hurricane? I know, but it always had babies or something.
There's
something going on.
Everybody's joking about the hurricane. Yeah, it's a day off work. It's going to be great. Let's have a hurricane party. And last night it goes to Category 4. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to Austin. I'm going to Dallas. I'm not staying. So
everyone's leaving.
It's going to be ugly, bro.
Yeah. Oh, well.
What are you going to do?
Me? If it turns out Category 5, I'm booking because I'm just north of the city.
Faggot. Fucking pussy. Hang out.
Yeah, right. It's in my front porch. And
how far away is the ocean from Houston, though?
From where I live, it's about an hour and 45-minute drive.
Yeah,
stop.
They said if it's a Category 5, whatever, like 70-mile-per-hour winds will make it all the way to me, and that's a little too much for me.
70?
70.
It's nothing.
You can handle 70?
70?
Wake up in my car in my living room.
Nah, not with 70.
What are you on, that hybrid?
It's Steve's car.
It's made of paper mache.
All right, Jeremy.
I'm punching out.
All right, thank you. Hurricane Rita.
Yeah.
Let's go to the regular audio and we'll comment here. Oh, what else you got, Earl? Jesus.
And we got a photo from the Bash the Bronco promotion that you guys did years ago when the Jets played the Broncos.
Is that the picture you were going to hang up?
No.
Oh, I thought that was one of the pictures you were supposed to hang.
Oh, wow. I'd like this, actually. Can I have this?
Yeah, you got to buy it now. It's got to go to the...
this is very nice.
Spin that around. Let's see. Wow! Look at that.
Very nice. Bill, would you like to see it?
Yeah.
All right. Earl runs like, oh, he's going to throw it at him. Don't worry.
Oh, that's the old Jet uniforms. When they had the all-green helmet.
There you go. All right, so we'll throw that up for auction. We'll sign that, I guess. All right, very good. The Opie and Anthony auction continues. And this is for Hurricane Katrina. We don't care about Hurricane Rita.
Rita, going to cause some damage.
Rita's going to fuck up our world, man.
Category 5.
Holy
heading
crap.
Toward Texas. They showed all the oil platforms that are out there in the water right off the coast of Texas on the Gulf. This is just, it could be really devastating to the oil industry.
819 manned
platforms just off of the coast of Texas that this thing's heading right for.
And 137 rigs.
Oil rigs.
They had all the dots.
Yeah, all the dots off the coast, and you're like, oh my God, this thing's just sweeping right through it.
And this thing
I can't believe you can get a boat out of there.
Yeah, right? No mercy. No mercy this thing has.
Yeah, how do you get a boat out of there?
How do you leave?
You can't leave the Gulf of Mexico with this thing heading toward you.
People stay on those platforms through these things?
No.
How creepy would that be?
No, they're out of there. They got to be out of there. Well, that's what they're saying. They have to shut down all this, and that's what's going to hype the oil, no matter what.
Yeah,
the gas prices.
Nothing's going to get processed.
All right, let's go to some audio.
Let's head right over to Tony Perkins. He's been tracking the path of the storm. We want to know, is it near Louisiana? Is it going only to Texas? Tony, what do you know?
Well, that remains to be seen, Diane. And as a matter of fact, the storm has now taken a little bit of a jog to the north as we speak. Early this morning that has happened. Here is the storm. As Diane mentioned, it is nearly 400 miles across. That's about the size of the state of Michigan. It is moving to the west-northwest. Remember, yesterday it was just moving west, moving to the northwest now, making landfall probably probably around Galveston early on Saturday. It is an intense storm with wind speeds of 175 miles per hour. You'll remember that Katrina reached 175 miles per hour. We're likely to see it drop down to a Category 4 before it makes landfall, but still, that will be a hurricane that can cause some catastrophic damage. Why is this happening again in the Gulf of Mexico? Let's take a look at some of what the concerns are. First of all, here's how a hurricane works. It draws up warm water into the core of the hurricane. That is what fuels the hurricane. That's what gives it its energy. Barometric pressure lowers, and that makes the winds more intense, up to 175 miles an hour at this point. What's the problem here in the Gulf? We have warm waters. Again, that is the fuel. Take a look. In fact, in the month of August, the waters in the Gulf were 1.5 degrees above normal. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that provides a lot of energy for this storm. That's why this is the second Category 5 hurricane we've had in the Gulf in the last month.
Amazing. Now they're saying the president might be drinking again.
Really?
We got to get to that story in a second here. Wow. But first, more audio.
This could be the strongest hurricane to ever hit Texas. Here in Houston, the nation's fourth largest city, people who live near the many flood-prone bayous and along the city's ship canal have been told to leave.
As we see the storm developing, it's better to leave sooner rather than later.
Even with the bayou just a few blocks away, Mark Sportel says he's staying put. He bought his home just 10 months ago.
What an ass. You never hear from these guys after the storm goes by the way. They all sound brave beforehand. Whatever happened to all those people in Mississippi that were going to stay?
Yeah.
They can't find any of them.
Nope. Gone.
I remember hearing about a guy that was just going to hang out on his boat and ride it out. And they were showing, like, pylons that were, like, 20 feet up in the air. Like, I don't know, a good 10 feet above his boat.
Hey, yeah, what happened to him?
Remember that guy? And they said the boat will go as high as the pylons, 10 feet higher.
Yeah.
And he was going to ride out the whole damn thing.
Hey, what happened to him?
He had a little business, I guess, a little ferry business or a little casino or a little party boat, something. And he had so much money that he invested in this thing. He's like, no, I'm riding it out. This is my life. This is my career.
What do you think happened?
So gone. So done.
You're kidding. I think we'll be okay here. We won't get high water. If we do, it's not going to get up too high.
Still others
What are you basing that on?
I know,
yeah.
Right.
We'll be all right.
It's not going to get too high.
Should be fine.
Should be
Category 5, direct hit. Should be fine.
No problem. Ride it out.
Too high.
Still others have learned from Katrina. In Surfside Beach, hundreds waited for buses, leaving their homes bringing only what they could carry, a Bible and photos of loved ones. Rocky Morgan carried just a bag.
A small bag that you could put underneath your seat.
In South Houston, nursing homes are being evacuated,
they put that
along with hospitals in low-lying areas.
This is awful. That lady pushed me.
And for Houstonians who've been allowed to stay, it's now a race to get water and supplies. The images of New Orleans are still fresh.
Katrina, I think, has put people in a state of frenzy around here.
There is also a real concern about the refineries here. Texas produces nearly a quarter of the nation's gas and heating oil, and there's no telling how they'll hold up in a Category 5.
$20 a gallon.
And with concern about those refineries, the worries about this hurricane extend well beyond the Gulf Coast. Energy experts say if this hurricane is a direct hit, this could be the one to send gas prices up to $4 a gallon. Charlie?
No, they're saying 5 now.
Why do they have those
$5 a
stupid
gallon?
little drop-ins, though? This man brought a sandwich.
I think it's a ham on rye.
And then they just keep
Yeah. Look, he brought a bag with him on the bus. It's a small bag.
It's under the seat.
It's under the seat. It fits under the seat. You heard it here, folks.
When do you think the president just goes on TV and starts openly drinking? He's having a tough month, man.
You hear the ice clinking as he reaches under the podium?
He turns into either Dr. Bellows or...
He fucked up his speeches when he was sober.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll finally get him right. It'll just be like...
He's going to turn into either Dr. Bellows or the priest from Caddyshack.
There is no God.
Right.
My name's George. Right. Mr. President, my name's George. I'm a man just like you. You're the president. There is no president.
He's just going to lose it.
Just a mess.
He looks really like he's messed up, man.
Yeah.
He's not holding up well.
I want to go back to my ranch. Get some moonshine.
Yeah. Oh, watch it, revenuers. Here come the revenuers. He's got a still going in the back. He's drinking again. Is what is this? The Globe? The Enquirer? Which one?
National Enquirer.
National Enquirer.
Let me tell you something about the National Enquirer. They get a lot of these stories right in the end.
They certainly do.
It's pretty brave of them to just announce that the president is boozing again.
Is drinking.
Because that could be the end of your magazine if this is false. You can't fuck with the president in that way.
Or your life.
Or your life, sure.
Yeah, these are the CIA done that.
This is a world exclusive. Laura's panic as Prez hits the bottle over Katrina chaos. Bush's booze crisis. Want to read some of that in?
Yeah, it's he said he quit drinking after his 40th birthday. Was that it?
Yeah.
And now he's 59, and he was caught by the First Lady downing a shot of booze at their family ranch in Crawford, Texas, when he learned of the hurricane disaster. So that started him drinking. He didn't start drinking at 9/11, but the hurricane gets him. Yeah, the war, everything, and then a hurricane finally put him over the top. He learned of the disaster. His wife yelled at him, "Stop, George!" Following the shocking incident disclosed here for the first time, Laura privately warned her husband against falling off the wagon.
Well, if she said that privately, then how is that quoted in the National Enquirer?
It's an insider saying this.
It's
how
Jim
is that?
Beam or me?
Privately warned her husband against, quote, falling off the wagon, unquote.
And vowed to travel with him more often so that she could keep an eye on W, the source's ad.
The source's ad. When the levees broke in New Orleans, it apparently made him reach for a shot, said one insider. He poured himself a Texas-sized shot of straight whiskey and tossed it back. The First Lady was shocked and shouted, "Stop, George!" Laura gave him an ultimatum before. It's Jim Beam or me.
That just sounds fake.
Does it?
No one would say that.
I believe it's Jim Beam or me is a quote from her back when they first got married. I read some bio on her and him with his drinking, and she did say that years ago when he was drinking. She had commented on it. So it's not like she just said this. She did say it back when they first got married.
I don't know.
No?
It's a fucking Enquirer. And then what? He was drinking with an alien?
Drinking with an alien last night. I was on hallucinogens. Came down. We tossed back Texas-sized shots. And they said they'd fix the levee. Everything's going to be fine. Going to my ranch. Gonna lasso some cattle. I'm gonna dress the alien up in Western wear so he looks like he belongs. Like one of the Cartwrights. Put him on a horse.
The handling of the Katrina crisis and the troop losses in Iraq have fueled public discontent and pushed Bush back to drink. The sad fact is that he's been sneaking drinks for weeks now. Laura may only have just caught him, but the word is he's drinking. His drinking has been going on for a while in the capital. He's been in a pressure cooker for months. The war in Iraq, the loss of American lives, has deeply affected him. He takes every soldier's life personally. It has left him emotionally drained. The result is he's taking drinks, and what does it say? He's taking the drinks here and there, likely in private, just to cope.
Can you imagine if the Secret Serviceman, as you watch him break his 19-year sobriety, country's at war, and he starts...
Oh, wow.
Don't say nothing. It's just I take one every so often. Just take the edge off. Don't say nothing.
You think it's real, though?
Yeah.
You really do?
I do.
He's leaned up against the desk next to the red button.
Oh, you know what happened if I push this motherfucker? Yeah, fucking hotline. Yo, Putin! Pootie Tang, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Like, you know what time it is here, George?
I don't give a shit. I'm partying, motherfucker. What do you do?
Like those drunk phone calls you get?
Woo! You hear that? You know what that is? It's my skull. I'm so wasted. Dude. It's crazy. It's insane. It's nuts. Tom Brady. Just see the game. It's insane.
You really think it's true?
Yeah, the Enquirer, I think everything in there is true. Not the silly stuff, the Bigfoot stuff or anything. I don't know how much the Enquirer... I know the Weekly World News has Bat Boy and that stuff, but the Enquirer is pretty celebrity-related, and you rarely see stuff that's wrong. They usually come out with it, and then the story comes out, and it's true, or at least there's a lot of fact in it.
So you're believing this story that the Inquirer has about the president?
They've got a lot on the line if they're wrong.
Yeah, I'm
but
thinking
isn't that like
too.
isn't that like from a comedian's sense, like you write for the National Enquirer, that's like you decide to be Carrot Top. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start pulling shit out of a trunk. Don't you want to have any sort of credibility?
Yeah.
At least write for the Post.
Don't you want the money though?
All right. Thank you,
You
guys.
make plenty of money at the Post.
Yes, Aunt?
Hey, Tony Blair? What do you say, me, you, Betsy, Laura, producing drugs, powering on, just get fucked up, all of us, 3 of us, 6, I'll fuck you in the ass. What do you say? Get back to me. If you want to do this, just fire off a nuclear missile. Take it as a signal.
All right, we have more audio. The mayor of Houston, everyone.
We are joined this morning by the mayor of Houston, Mayor Bill White. Mayor, good to have you with us. Are you confident that your city, good morning to you, will not be another New Orleans?
Yes, we don't have levees that will break, but I'll tell you, this is one of the largest storms ever to hit the Gulf Coast, and nothing good ever comes of a hurricane this size. That's why we got out of the way, or got out of the shelters. So many of those who were sheltering from Katrina, over 100,000 still residing in the area, and why we asked people to not go to work today, tomorrow. Starting 2 days ago, we began asking various categories of people to leave the region. So we're the best prepared city in the country, but I'll tell you this, nothing on this magnitude is welcome, and you can't, there's not much you can do for if you have 150-mile-an-hour plus winds.
All right.
Sounds bad.
It's going to be awful once again. And finally, here's some discussion about the gas prices. That's what we're all concerned about, right?
Certainly.
We all saw after Katrina that there was some, I remember in the Atlanta area, over $5 a gallon. So what's going to happen here, possibly?
Well, the best thing to do is look at the context. Katrina took out 10% of our nation's oil production. Now here we're expecting it could be more. With Katrina, we saw oil prices, gas prices at the pump go up 50%. 50 cents in 1 week. And that took gas at over $3, $3.07. Since then, we've seen it drop down. It's $2.79 right now. I would expect that with Rita, we will see it go back over $3.
How about to heat your home this winter? Going to be
Sounds
costing
like Tara
more?
Reid, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Even before Rita, we knew it was going to cost a lot.
Hold on. We might have something good here.
Top
Darren, good to see
top
you.
5
Tip
tips.
number 1, you've really got to understand the lingo if you want to make sure you have enough insurance to cover any losses. A lot of people have what's called cash value insurance. That means that if you have a loss, you may not get the money that you need to fix your house, buy the new furniture, particularly for content.
Top 5 tips
That's
for
because your
insurance or the
insurer
hurricane?
is going to give you
If it's for
something
insurance,
less
this
than
is
what
gonna
you
be a
paid to
boring
buy
bit.
the content in the first place.
Let's see what number
It's called
2 is.
depreciation. That's the amount of money that they say
Boring!
makes up for the
Isn't
wear
it a
and
little
tear.
late for
If
this?
you want
exactly.
the money,
You're
what
gonna call
it
an
costs to
insurance company?
replace
Yeah, I want to get
the content,
hurricane
you're gonna
insurance.
have to get
Hello?
replacement cost insurance.
They're not even
That's
answering their
5%
phone
down.
right
Starting to rain.
It's really the way to go. If you have a horrible loss, it's the only way to get
Jeez.
the money you need.
Tip 1 is taking
What about
forever.
Inflation? Inflation is a very big deal. In fact, about 60%
Yeah, inflation's a
of
big deal with
homes
the
are
people down
probably
there.
undervalued
Nothing
when it
fat.
comes to their insurance
No,
by
I
about
don't
Oh, yeah,
think so.
nobody's going to
I have
float
no
like
confidence
people
in
from
that one
Houston.
anyway.
Inflation keeps
That was
rising.
voted the fattest city in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it would have been New Orleans,
right.
looking at the video.
I guess it's top 5 insurance tips.
Yeah.
Ugh.
More. The estimates were the average person using heating oil was going to spend about $700 more this year than they spent last year. In the Midwest, we're hearing that if you use natural gas, your prices may be up over 70%.
Over
so
a
again, with
gazillion
Rita,
dollars.
I'm expecting big numbers there.
So is there anything people can do to save?
Well, I actually talked to the president of People's Energy in Chicago yesterday, and she said one of the things that you should think about winterizing that home. It'll save you 10 to 25% in your heating costs. That could be as much as $600 this winter.
Good advice there, Melody. Thank you, Melody Hobson.
fuel it with
in Chicago.
potatoes.
Appreciate that.
Didn't she sound like Tara? She had the smoky voice. Smoky.
If you're feeling it, we could do Tara Reid when we get back.
We got some Tara clips, right?
Yeah, let's do some Tara when we get back.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Hey, bro.
What's up, man?
Hey, check it out. You got to see a birth, man. That's awesome. But I didn't call for that. I want to tell you this. Hey, great show, awesome, everything. But I got to tell you one thing. I got to sign out for Houston, Texas. You know the storm's coming. Yeah. Mama's box. I'm punching out.
Oh, boy. You don't want to hear your mom's box ever.
Houston is saying your mom's box.
You know what the fear angle they're taking with Houston?
Yeah.
That the skyscrapers might fall down.
Stop it.
They actually reported that. They actually reported that the skyscrapers, who knows, might fall down.
Isn't Houston pretty far inland?
I think they
not
said
on the beach.
By the time it hits Houston, actually, it would be, if it hit the shore as a 5, it would be maybe a 3, which is still very powerful, obviously.
All right, there's some water kind of creeping near it.
Kenny, Jersey, what's up?
Hey, I learned that Big A has enough cholesterol in his chin to kill a horse.
Yes, we did learn that.
And I would just say, Houston, good luck, bro.
Good luck, bro.
Good luck, bro.
XM247, by the way, if you want around-the-clock hurricane coverage.
Is that it?
Hurricane Rita slowly but surely making its way to somewhere. Holy crap.
They really don't have much of a clue exactly where it's going to hit.
I had no idea these hurricanes moved so slow until this one.
You could outrun it.
Katrina was like, all right, you know what I mean? But this one, we've been following this so early.
Mm-hmm.
We started following this on Monday, I think, right? It's now Friday, and it's still about 300 miles offshore. It's moving like 9 to 12 miles an hour.
There were a couple of what they call the high-pressure systems, those big H's on the map, and that's holding it back. And now it's one of those we're supposed to protect New Orleans and the coast of Louisiana, and this thing was supposed to just slam into Texas. But now one of those highs kind of moved, and now the hurricane can get up in there. And it looks like it's getting a little closer to New Orleans than they would have liked.
Oops.
9 to 10 miles an hour. All you need is like a bicycle and an ATM card.
And you're done.
Yeah.
You could completely outrun it. You don't have to. You don't need a fast car or something. Yeah.
Well, you could get further than those cars.
Yeah, the traffic was just... I don't know how people sit in it.
What are they saying? To go 40 miles, it's taking 10 to 15 hours.
Hours to go 40 miles.
And they're running out of gas all over the place. It looked like that scene from Independence Day. Everyone going one way.
One way on the street, on the highway, and then the other side completely open.
Except for the dopes in this case that are going the other way. Every once in a while, there's a car going the other way. Where are they going? That's the story.
Did I leave the stove on?
That's what the reporters should be doing, is stopping those cars and going, where the fuck are you going? There's over 1 million people going that way, and you're going this way. Why?
Going to loot.
I guess you got to assume... I guess you got to assume it's the people that just gave up on being in traffic and said, fuck
Turned around, hooked that Yui, and said, you know something? Fuck it.
Well, why else?
That would be the time to loot, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, before everything's all water damaged.
Yeah, now you're getting great goods. No one's there.
Nice and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're stuck in traffic. What to do is to go up the other side of the highway and just start backing up.
Backing up so you're facing the right direction?
And just have a look on your face like you just missed your exit for like 150 miles.
You got to hold that look?
Yeah.
That's pretty tough, man. When the cop comes and pulls you over, you're I was getting off right there.
Traffic's unbelievable. I mean, I got mesmerized.
Can you believe it? Sitting in that for hours.
That's really funny. I guess some people just decided to just drive into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, they said
they just got on the other side and said, you know what, I'm making my own path here.
Started driving.
Did they finally close off the other side so they could get everyone you know, now going one way?
Yeah, people were using the other lanes of traffic to go in the same direction to get out of there. But man, what would your car engine be like after 100 miles in reverse? You could do like 10 miles an hour and your engine's tacking out.
You can get it up there. I saw this guy on Cops, one of the classic clips. This guy's doing like 50 miles an hour. And even the dude in the helicopter's going, this guy's really demonstrating some skill behind the wheel. Because you literally just go a little bit to either side. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, now when you put your steering in the back of your vehicle like that, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. I got to go to the phone. Wes, I've been starting to hear more and more about this in the last few days. Go ahead, Wes. Hey, Wes.
Uh-oh.
Wes?
Oh.
Yeah.
One more try. Go ahead, Wes.
Hey, sorry about that. How you guys doing this morning?
All right, what do you have?
Hey, you know what? I wanted to get through to you guys. I just want to tell you something real quick here. Your show is absolutely amazing. I got the XM satellite because I thought I was going to see Don Imus in the morning on MSNBC, but they don't run his program.
Yeah.
And so I found,
Yeah, that's weird, by the way. XM has MSNBC, but they don't run Imus in the morning.
Yeah, because of Infinity, I guess.
All right, go ahead, Wes.
I mean, that's the only reason why I got it, but I found you guys, and man, I can't get enough of you. I listen to your repeats and all that shit. But anyway, you guys probably don't.
Oh my God! Didn't you say you were going to make it quick?
Yeah, real quick. I want to get to this real quick.
Let me get to this real quick.
Here we go.
All right, Wes.
Here we go.
Coast to Coast with George Norrie. I was listening to that last night. I drive a truck, and
oh boy,
I bought it in 1972.
That's a Peterbilt.
Apparently, Richard Holdman is saying that
stop it.
The government is controlling these hurricanes.
The government is controlling the hurricanes, is what you were getting at.
They have some.
By the way, we're 2 minutes into this call. That's all he had to say, and then we could went off on a nice little 5 minutes.
The government creating the hurricanes.
You guys kick ass. Have a good day.
Thank you, Wes.
You really think the government is creating these hurricanes?
Do they have the power to do that?
Because it would be really smart to make sure a hurricane hits the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, why would you then have the government...
Taking out half our oil.
Wouldn't you have it hitting places that we don't like?
Right.
Something like that?
Right.
I don't know. Why would the government make hurricanes to hit us?
Well, hit the oil fields is what I'm thinking, and the whatever they're called out there
in the ocean.
Conspiracy,
man. There's too many people.
That's what it is.
They're
trying to wipe out people. Okay, I thought it was more of an oil thing. I don't understand how it helps the United States oil companies to ruin their refineries and stuff.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
But they're not ruined, man.
Oh, is that it?
There's not even oil rigs off the coast of just trying to make some
cardboard cutouts.
Yeah,
strategically placed. Yeah, I don't understand. Boy, people just come up with conspiracies for everything.
And gas is going to be way over $5 a gallon, by the way.
Oh, is that the new price?
I think it's going to be way over $5. We'll see Monday and Tuesday.
I heard some guy say that.
I don't think that people have too much shit.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but that shouldn't cripple you.
People like having a lot of shit.
Well, they shouldn't. I got nothing. Sit here like I'm an economist.
All right, we can move on to some other things. Well, we're watching Hurricane Rita. It's moving. It's, 290 miles from the coast at this point. I went to bed. It was 334 miles from the coast. I slept all that time.
It's like it moved.
It's moved 40-something. That's it? 50 miles maybe
moving
overnight?
Very slowly.
It's like
Holy
Jason
shit.
on Friday the 13th. People running away, and he's just walking through the woods with that machete.
Eventually it gets you.
And you just can't get away from him.
You can't do it. He's never run. He has never run a lick, but you just can't get away from him.
That's hilarious. Something spinning like that, but moving so slow. It's like Tasmanian devil.
In one spot.
You just stroll down the street.
It's screaming really loud,
away from it.
But yeah, moving at 9 miles an hour.
How does anyone get caught by something that moves so slow? I just don't get it.
You could have one of those scooters.
Yeah.
Razor?
A moped. Oh, you're talking a Razor rollerboard scooter?
It's like the scene from Austin Powers.
Yeah, where the guy's getting run over by the steamroller, was it?
Steamroller.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's screaming forever. He doesn't know how to get out of the way. Thanks. John in New Orleans. John.
Hi, Ross. What are you up to?
You have time to call a radio show?
It's not bad. This ain't nothing compared to what happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you guys got tropical storm warning or something, right?
Yeah, but that's nothing. No big deal.
With the weak levees? This is like the expert that they don't want on the news.
Right.
Nah, it's fine. It's not really that bad. Shut up.
Shut up.
The levees.
We need people to think the levees are going to break so they'll watch longer.
Well, they tried that yesterday, so.
Dude, CNN blew.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be singing and kneeling and waving and whatever else you do.
What is that? A Fox News alert? Some guy saying water gushing into New Orleans' 9th Ward? Another one, New Orleans is flooding again.
That's Fox. That means somebody left the faucet on.
Schwung. Can we go to Fox? This CNN shit is boring me.
Yeah, you got to put Fox on.
Last big hurricane to hit New York was David in 1979. Thank you.
Gloria was
T.
in, like,
from Jersey.
80, something like that.
And was Gloria big?
It was big enough.
All right?
Big up my way.
Big, yeah.
Right. It was big.
You must have known exactly where all the emergency exits were, and I would be plotting out who I was going to be knocking out of the way.
Oh, of course. Just run over them. That's all you do to get out of there.
Let's see how the WB11 in New York is scaring the shit out of us today.
All right.
Jimmy, thank you so much. It's a question that's being asked more and more these days. If a major hurricane were to strike our area, would we be prepared? Patty Smith-Barrett joins us live from Rockaway Beach, one of the neighborhoods most at risk. Good morning to you, Patty.
Good morning, Sukanya. And if a major hurricane hit New York City, experts say that several low-lying areas in the city would be in very big trouble. That includes the Rockaways here. Now, more than 100,000 people live on this peninsula, and they would all have to evacuate using one of 3 routes, which then could possibly lead to an evacuation scenario that we are now seeing in Texas.
What?
It's being called a...
What a reach. She is. This is such a complete speculation. She's forming this scenario that the odds of happening are just astronomical.
She's pitching a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah. If the traffic we're seeing in Texas, the flooding we're seeing in New Orleans, this could all happen in the Rockaways.
What if an asteroid were to land in the East River?
And one man.
Yeah.
In a world.
It's being called a highway nightmare in Texas. Residents stuck in 45-mile-long backups trying to flee low-lying areas as Hurricane Rita rages towards the coast.
At 8
Some
miles
people
an hour.
decided to just turn around and take the risk and stay put in the danger zones. But what if a major storm hits here at home? It's happened before. In 1938, a deadly hurricane known as the Long Island Express blew through the region, causing significant damage. Hurricane Gloria
We've got to
in
leave.
1985 also caused significant harm. Mayor Bloomberg now saying New York is prepared to handle another major event. He says the chaos we've seen with the evacuations in the South would not happen here, revealing a plan that he says can handle 700,000 people, nearly double the number of residents who live in low-lying danger zones like the Rockaways, Lower Manhattan, and Coney Island.
The police department would be knocking on doors. The radio stations would be carrying announcements.
Not ours.
The fire department would be helping. The MTA.
Assuming a lot there, Mayor.
The radio station making announcements. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's our big announcement.
I think there were times over the past decade that they were counting on us out there, and we fucked up royally.
We'll give you nothing.
Right.
I love that. 1938 is when they're looking back, when New York saw a big one.
The Long Island Express.
The Long Island Express. Have you ever heard of that one? I've never heard of the evacuation. We've got to evacuate. What do you think of this Adolf Hitler? Do you think it could be a problem in the future?
I saw the footage. No one had a problem evacuating. They all moved really fast.
In fast motion, all of them. Moved so much faster back then.
With all the coffee we drink these days, you'd think we could keep up with the 1930s. But I see the footage. They run around the bases a lot faster, too.
I know. Babe Ruth had some world-class speed.
A fat bastard. Those legs were moving.
Don't you think in this day and age they could figure out how to slow down that footage to make it make sense?
Oh.
But they still show Babe Ruth running like sprints around the bases after every homer.
The fire department would be helping. The MTA has agreed to provide buses. The schools are all set, ready to take in people that we had to evacuate.
This resident has lived in Rockaway Beach for 55 years and takes the threat of a hurricane seriously.
I had to be in the late 50s, early 60s. I think it was the day after a hurricane. The bay and the ocean met.
How would you handle a major hurricane here?
Well, if I saw it was coming, I would probably evacuate and move, at least go inland a little bit.
There's no story here.
And critics say the city's evacuation plan is riddled with problems. They say, in their opinion, there are not enough evacuation centers. They say it could be difficult for residents to make their way to those sites. And they say some of those shelters might not actually be safe. Now, for more on the city's evacuation plan, you can log on to nyc.gov. And we are live in Queens this morning. I'm Patty Smith-Barrett for the Morning News. John, back to you.
Don't buy this shit, people.
That's got to be the easiest problem for a politician to handle, just some hypothetical horse shit.
Right.
You think he could be prepared for that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we could handle it.
Yeah.
There'd be buses,
And,
shelters, food for everybody,
throwing out stock shit,
plenty of water.
I'd love just once for
provisions,
gold doubloons, anything.
Say, you know what, we'd be fucked, dude. But you know, here's the deal. I'm in a chopper out of here, so you can...
Exactly.
I'm leaving.
It's like, dude, have you seen Rush Hour here every day?
Yeah.
Right.
A regular day.
Fucked.
A regular day during rush hour from the city to Long Island.
Looks like an evacuation.
It does. It looks like Texas every day.
How about we not worry about a hurricane that may hit in the next 50 years and take care of the rush hour traffic? That's what we want taken care of.
Great job. Yeah, everything's fine. We're prepared.
They send the young go-getter. All right, do a story about a hurricane hitting New York. Go.
If the Earth left its orbit around the sun, are we prepared? What?
We asked people in Queens how they would handle it.
Well, I would assume it would get cold eventually as we spin off from the sun, so I would get some blankets. Great, good.
Mr. Bloomberg, could you handle that? Yes, there would be coats.
Unbelievable.
There's always these hurricane checklists, but when you go to the convenience stores and the stores, I saw this whole story in Texas, what people are really buying, the top 3, cigarettes, liquor, lottery tickets.
Lottery tickets,
Lottery
really?
tickets.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't get minutes on my OnStar phone. You know, the phone in my Escalade? You hit the button, and it's a cell phone. There's a cell phone in there. And then you just hit a button on the rearview mirror, and you go, call home. And it dials home. And then when you run out, it goes, you are out of minutes. And then they connect you, and you got to buy minutes. I bought some more minutes, and the guy, the recording says, could not upload minutes. So I get a guy on the phone, and he tells me they can't upload it right now because of the hurricane. It's like, what does that have to do with this? He goes, apparently a lot of people are ordering minutes because of the hurricane. So it's cigarettes, liquor, and minutes on your OnStar phone. No story there either.
About nothing. Can you believe this? How bad do you think it's going to be? It's just killing your whole plan in one evening.
I think everybody just wants to blame the hurricane for everything that happens. It's an easy blame is what it is. You have technical problems? It's a fucking hurricane down there in Texas.
24 dead.
I got no responsibility.
We've been broadcasting 3 hours, 27 miles closer.
Run for your lives.
Well, it's going to be ugly, obviously.
Yeah.
Our auction's going well for Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane what?
Katrina.
Which one was that?
The victims of Hurricane Katrina. Now it's just...
I haven't heard about that one in a while. What was that one?
Now our auction's just helping all the people of the world.
Is that what it is?
Wherever they need help, yes, Anthony.
Wherever it rains.
Where it rains, we're helping you.
Oh, now they have a computer graphic of Galveston being flooded and put underwater. Look at the fear. This could happen.
It will happen.
They just show it slowly disappearing under the ocean.
Wow. Well,
it's
going to be tomorrow morning when you're waking up. That's when all the action will be on your TV. All right. Where's Eric?
That's perfect for us, huh? Whole big build-up. We just... Right as it's hitting the red carpet.
We have the weekend off.
Have a good weekend, folks.
It's going to hit banana daiquiri in my hand. Well, I hope no one's hurt.
It hits well.
I'd love to comment on this, but...
I'll be down in Atlantic City tonight when it's hitting, and Jersey Shore tomorrow.
Irish, throw it.
Irish weekend, baby.
I'll be standing in a college cafeteria in front of 30 kids who didn't know there was going to be a show.
Eric in studio. The lead is down, so Derek can't play his little game with Eric, unfortunately. But you're still adding items every day to the Opie and Anthony auction, right?
Yeah, we just added a bunch of new stuff.
OpieandAnthony.com to get to the link to the auction so you can bid on some fine items. Joey gave us something unbelievable last night.
Yeah?
Unbelievable. It's real. It's the real deal.
Get out of here.
Yes.
I thought that was fake.
Eric, explain it to everybody.
Explain it to them.
Joey gave us the movie poster to the movie Scarface, signed by the cast, Oliver Stone, and Brian De Palma.
Wait, is Al Pacino signature on that?
Yeah.
It's part of the
right
cast.
there, up top by his picture.
Okay. All the big names in the cast, plus Brian De Palma and
Oliver Stone.
Come on,
wow.
give me something.
I will bid $1,000 right now. Can I take it home? Can I just have it?
I'm bidding on it as well. That item's up right now, right?
Yep.
And there's a certificate of authenticity.
That there is.
It's real, trust me, Joey.
It's from Joey. It'll say, "Yeah, it's real, asshole." Got a problem?
It's the real deal. It's definitely the real deal. So go to opieandanthony.com to go to the link to the auction, okay?
Maybe you could get some of your friends in show business to sign some more things. Bring it down to Paisanos.
You never know.
My dad bought me a picture of Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
It was allegedly signed by him.
Yeah.
So the certificate of authenticity was a picture of Muhammad Ali, like, signing something.
Signing something.
I'm like, well, shit, there you go.
He can write.
Real. That's obviously my poster.
I threw away my signed, it was a Christmas card from Richard Milhouse Nixon.
How fucking old are you?
When I was in school.
Jesus.
When I was a little...
When I was part of his administration.
Anthony was a speechwriter.
I was a young little lad in school, and our assignment was to write a Christmas card and send it to the President of the United States. And it was Richard Nixon, and I sent him a card, and I got one back. I got one back, and it was actually signed by...
we're trying to make believe that we're young and hip when we do this
I
radio
was
show.
a kid. It was in the 70s, and I was a little kid.
Did you say you had to write a letter to, like, Ronald Reagan? Or
I
wasn't to Ronald Reagan.
I wasn't a little kid in school then.
Anthony's trying to make believe we're still in our 20s here. You're not helping this.
Who's 20s?
Yeah,
Jesus. Been faking 30s for long enough. Stop.
Anthony's like, when I was a kid, I always dreamed of being a blacksmith.
So I visited the old village smithy.
Ye old.
Damn it, dude. You're old enough to remember writing letters.
I was sitting there
No one
drinking
writes
some
letters
birch
anymore.
beer. When I
Holy shit.
It was a Christmas card to Richard Nixon. But I was a kid. It was like a kid assignment that they do in school. Instead of doing math and stuff, you
Do you remember when we, like, broke the speed of sound?
I remember.
That's great you were a kid. He was president 40 years ago.
Chuck Yeager has broken the sound barrier, and Anthony is there. No, it was. I could do the Rita coverage.
I was kind of bummed because I was with the Hurricane Rita pregame show for 5 days.
Yeah.
5 fucking days. But the point I'm making is I decided to take off for the weekend, so I was behind in my Hurricane Rita coverage.
Yes.
Because I was following that around the clock 24/7.
Who was it?
With all these fine news channels we got. And so I wake up Saturday morning, and I actually ran out to my car because I didn't have access to TV really to turn on XM to see what was going on. And within 5 minutes Saturday morning, I knew this storm was a bust.
Yeah.
This storm was a bust.
Nothing.
I know some coastal towns got destroyed and stuff, but those people know. But those people know what they're in for when they're living down there.
That's not like you have a house inland or something, and because of a levee breaking,
right,
it gets flooded. They knew, their houses were on stilts.
Well, they
built on stilts.
And it's sad for those people, obviously. But let's face it, the news doesn't give a shit as much as they did for Hurricane Katrina.
Mm-mm.
Where's the around the clock coverage, post storm coverage?
Where's the boats?
I don't see any front page headlines here about Hurricane Rita.
It wasn't Sean Penn in the boat.
Right. The reality is it wasn't big enough.
Sean?
Where was Sean Penn in his little boat? With his shotgun.
I was starting to think the news crews cared about humanity, but now I got to go back to they don't really give a shit.
Opie, don't stop now.
They don't give a shit. There are people
they care.
Sean Penn could have rescued everyone from this last hurricane in his boat.
Yeah.
Like
There's
6
nothing
people.
happening.
No.
More people died evacuating than died in the hurricane.
Yeah, in that bus.
More people died on that one bus with the old people
Yeah.
in the oxygen. Yeah, you're correct, Bill.
The old people.
But in the post, they have a before and after shot, and there's
Yeah.
not one house left in this one coastal, little
Island.
inlet.
There's a strip of beach.
It's a peninsula, I
Little
believe.
peninsula.
Surrounded on 3 sides
Was
by
it
water.
a peninsula? Yes.
Yeah, let's call it a peninsula. And not one house.
No.
Not even the hint that a house was there. No remains of a
Those
house.
stilts.
And that's because all those houses, they know when they're building down there, they can't have basements or any of that crap, and they're pretty much just setting their houses on the ground.
Knowing that if a hurricane hits them directly, they're screwed.
Yeah, but until the hurricane hits, they got some great waterfront property, and they're
That really is
they're
true.
rocking.
That's their green on the
If
wheel.
you go out to your front yard with like a little kitty pail and that little scoop and just like dig down about 6 inches, you're already hitting seawater.
Yeah, you got water coming. you pretty much know if you get a hurricane, you're screwed.
You know, and a lot of people were affected by this hurricane, but you're just not going to see the coverage today like you did with Hurricane Katrina.
Opie, the sequel, not as good as the first
good.
one.
We were talking about hurricane sequels on, Thursday or Friday last week? And
yeah,
this sequel blows. Absolutely blows.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's a nightmare going back into Houston.
Yeah, all those people that evacuated Houston and Galveston and both of those cities just got brushed by the hurricane. They left for nothing, for no reason. Fear. Now you're going to be hard-pressed to get people out of these cities again. Or out of any other major city.
Saying to me, like, yeah, they're saying that maybe, like, in Houston, some of those skyscrapers could come down.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not coming down.
The skyscrapers can fall. No, they won't.
Well, that was the fear that the TV gave us.
Yeah, the news.
But when they build them, they have to be able to withstand hurricane force
winds
and then some, so they don't fall down?
They're not going to fall down.
And they're begging everyone not to return to Houston all at the same time. Who's going to be the guy that's like, yeah, all right, I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Fuck that. Everyone's jumping in their cars immediately and getting back as fast as possible.
It's like those people that sit in the movie theater for everybody to leave before they get up and go. You know, you see them sitting there, the movie's over, the credits are rolling. They're the people that'll wait. And there's usually maybe 2 or 3 of them in the theater. Everyone else gets up and crowds the aisle.
That's because there was some obscure song in the movie, and you got to wait to see who did it, so you can just
Who is that?
Oh, Lou Reed.
That's the guy.
Oh. And then by the time you get to your car, you forgot.
Oh, I hate when you get up,
there
too,
for 10 minutes.
and they start huffing and puffing like,
yeah.
As you're walking by because they want to know who the fifth lead was.
You know what I do?
Was this filmed in Panavision? I gotta wait for the end now.
When they huff and puff.
Special thanks to everybody from Cincinnati.
yeah. When they huff and puff, I turn around and go, it's just words.
It's just words, you.
There's no pictures up there. Or some dumb, actor, and you're like, how do I know him?
You ever see the movies, though, the credits end, and then they come back on and do a little something?
Oh, Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, a little Ferris Bueller action. There's been a couple of movies where they do that. The credits are all over. And then, boom, you see a little part of the movie that everyone would have missed.
But you can kind of see that. If you're seeing like a period piece, get the fuck out of the movie theater.
I think that Night of the Living Dead, the sequel, Dawn of the Dead, or Day of the Dead, or one of those Dead that they did before the last Dead they did, the one with Ving Rhames, the Dead one they did in the mall. The end of that one, a lot of people were leaving, and the things they were flashing on the credits is the end of the movie. Like, you would think the movie ended with them going to this island and everything's hunky-dory and, we'll wait till the next movie. You don't realize everyone dies. Mm-hmm. They all get killed. You wouldn't know that unless you sat through the credits. And for those of you that waited for On Demand, you were going to catch it this week, you should have seen it sooner.
I like movies like that.
Everyone's dead.
So,
yeah, I like Everyone Die movie.
What do we got on Hurricane Rita? Anything?
What, dead.
What are the headlines?
There really aren't any. No one cares. No one cares. There's some flooding. That's about it. They showed like 1 inch of water over huge areas. Like a big parking lot was their big thing. They would be in front of a parking lot at a church and go, look at the flooding. Yeah, you get that here during a big storm.
They showed a picture of a mailbox today on the news.
Yeah, unless it was 18 feet high, the mailbox really didn't look that flooded.
No, it looks like the mailman could still deliver the mail.
Of course he can.
Thank God.
There are trucks driving on the roads. They're showing that.
An announcement to the people that were affected by Hurricane Rita, you are not getting your benefit concert. I'm sorry.
Nope, no charities.
You're just not getting that concert today.
No eBay. You won't be seeing any Opie and Anthony memorabilia in your name going up on eBay. Sorry.
It wasn't important enough for Sean Penn to get a fucking rowboat. I'm sorry.
I didn't see one helicopter dropping a harness down to pick up a family.
John Travolta won't be putting his one hand on your shoulder.
No one from Galveston or Houston is getting John Travolta's hand on their shoulder.
They're going to get the sea level stars.
Right.
Kathy Griffin's going to show up.
Right.
That's funny.
Oh, they've been through enough.
Help you mop your driveway, your patio.
I want to be with you on this, and I can't even think of another sea level celebrity.
Yeah, that guy on that 70s show.
Yeah, I was running through sitcoms real fast, like. Couldn't even think of one. Not one.
Screech is helping you rebuild. There you go. There's the hack one to throw out there.
So no Celine Dion crying.
Take a kayak.
The kayak. No.
She's not going to be yelling and screaming that people should touch things because they're too poor to have these things in real life.
You're getting Kim Carnes.
All right, I'll go with King Cards. Sure, why not?
That's another thing. You don't get to loot after this one.
No,
it's not a devastating storm unless there was looting.
There's no looting. The store owner's sitting there sweeping, like everything's fine. No one left. He's still there in front of his little shop. There's no looting.
I know you saw like all dead bodies in like New Orleans. This one, there's like some guy in a hammock who his ass got a little wet. He like slept through the whole store.
Yeah, there's bloated dead bodies floating down the streets of New Orleans. But this one, kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, a little bit. And I knew right away, but they had to still go with that coverage around the clock over the weekend, and they just really didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did Haraldo Rivera like push someone out of the way to get him on a helicopter or something?
Really?
I don't know. I was reading something in the paper today, but he's denying it. Like he pushed the National Guard away because they were doing a shot for TV. Does anyone know anything further about
that?
That
he wanted him out of the shot?
No, supposedly, I guess, I don't know. Give me the Post there.
Is it in the Post?
Yeah, so it's got to be true,
Where
right?
half the fucking front page of these newspapers are their scratch and win games.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
The Daily News, I looked at yesterday, the Sunday Daily News, half of the front page was their big news was their scratch game, and now the New York Post, half the front page is their new card game inside. Post Poker, $1 million scratch and win. I love when they put the N there, scratch and win. Gives it some real credibility on the cover of their paper.
Oh, it might be in the back.
I love the names of those, like Set for Life hours, like, that's just like you have no game plan. You're going to win this, you're going to be set for life. Dude, I'm all set. I got $1 down. I got 90 billion to 1 chance. Telling you, guys are laughing at me.
Set for life.
Everyone else is like going to college.
He's got a buck.
Yeah, you go to college, you got like you got an 80% chance of doing all right. This guy's playing a 1 in a billion.
Yeah, the guy going to college is like, I'm going to get an education, I'm becoming a doctor, I'll be set for life.
Yes.
This guy, you could just buy a card behind the register. Got the same chance, set for life.
Getting back to the Haraldo thing real fast. They're saying now there was no evidence that the Fox News Channel reporter had nudged an Air Force rescuer out of the way to get on TV helping a wheelchair-bound woman onto a rescue flight. As Stanley claimed in a column about Hurricane Katrina coverage.
Just awful, Haraldo.
So, well, I remember driving down to Atlantic City, and they had a report from Haraldo Rivera, and he said that he's just staying put. And I'm like, and I was thinking, oh my God, Haraldo Rivera is going to die because he's stupid.
No, unfortunately, things don't work that way. A busload of elderly will go up, but Haraldo will continue.
Let's say hi to Charlie. Hey, Charlie, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hi, Jimmy's replacement.
What's going on?
That story with Haraldo. What happened was the Times reporter, she's a TV critic or something, wrote that she was watching coverage of Fox News during Katrina, and she saw Haraldo push some guy from the military out of the way, or nudge him, as she wrote, to help some woman down a flight of stairs in a wheelchair. And Fox showed the videotape several times, and there's no indication whatsoever as far as Haraldo pushing anybody out of the way.
No, he didn't.
So, of course, Fox demanded an apology from the New York Times, and the New York Times refused.
Oh, really?
So that's basically the story. And there was a follow-up, read an editorial yesterday from somebody else who's basically saying the New York Times was wrong, and it was in the New York Times.
Well, the Times and Fox News are polar opposites. Yeah.
That's it.
All right, Charlie, thank you.
On to now.
All right, we got more audio from Hurricane Rita. It's the weather montage.
Oh.
When a hurricane comes through, man, you got to have the hurricane montage.
It's a montage.
Of all the people in the eye of the storm, the reporters.
The rain is being dropped all over. She is so big. She's so widespread. When she makes landfall, it's going to be a couple hours. It's going to get worse.
Oh, that's
Greta Van Susteren.
Her face probably didn't move with all that wind, with the facelift she's got. What the hell? You probably couldn't tell that she was in the middle of a hurricane.
No.
Her face is so tight.
It just looks like she's constantly being hit by 100-mile-an-hour winds.
She probably never had a facelift. That's just from standing in 180-mile winds.
I'm here. Yeah. There's a hurricane.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, I know it is.
The inside of this hotel now looks like the outside of this hurricane.
What?
1 o'clock in the morning. This is the closest that the center of circulation has come to us here in Beaumont. The wind is howling. The rain is horizontal.
Signage is out and the windows are blown out. I can see the
Guys, I can't hear you, but if you can hear me and see me, it's thanks in large part to our satellite truck operator.
That looks like it's impossible to stand in.
Yet you're doing it.
I'm sorry, you talking to me? It's 5:35. We're still at the height of Rita. Howling winds, debris litters the streets, but what's dangerous now is the water is rapidly rising behind us.
rain comes in waves. In this case,
And I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but it's literally this wall. It is like a solid mass, and it'll just whip you up and blow you away.
I don't know if you can see, but it's raining out and things are getting wet.
It's windy here in the hurricane. They just stand there in the wind, and it's really not that big a
I'd
deal.
recomb my hair, but that's futile at this point. It's like, what are you doing?
They find the worst place they could stand, is what they do, next to a building, so maybe the air is funneling a certain way, out in an open parking lot, so they get in the brunt of it. And still, they are indeed standing there.
Right.
It's not blowing them off their feet. It's windy, sure. It's a hurricane. But it's not nearly as horrid and dangerous as they're trying to make it sound. The windows are blown out of this building. You think right before they went to it live, they broke those windows, you know?
Like we were talking in the back office, just push a car into a swimming pool or something.
Yeah.
To get the impressive shot.
Mm-hmm.
Even that montage just didn't sound as impressive as the montage from Hurricane Katrina.
No.
Yeah, New Orleans doesn't exist anymore. I mean,
that's the big
top
story.
That, you
yeah.
know what I mean? You
can't.
Yeah.
You can't top New Orleans unless another one, even that wouldn't top it. If another one came into New Orleans because everyone's gone.
Right.
That was the big one. That's it. But the news, they want to try to keep it going. This was the second killer storm. Oh, my God, here we are. That's not as big.
Dr. J, what's up?
What's up, Mr. Awesome or Mr. That's Classic? You know my drift here, Opie? Is that every time that Bill or Anthony and Jim have a great riff going on a topic and you can't contribute because you have nothing witty to say, right in the middle of it, you'll just fucking just say, oh, that's awesome, that's classic. Let's go back to Katrina. Let's go back to this. When are you going to just let these guys roll instead of be the director, you know?
Monday morning, and you're taking this call up?
Yeah, just to...
You are a brave soul.
Why not?
This is a Friday call.
Dr. J, we all have our crutches, sir.
Anthony, you know it's true. Everyone knows it.
Oh, yeah, okay, let me go with that one. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Dr. J, yeah.
This is divide and conquer.
This is the divide and conquer guy.
This guy's out there all the time doing this.
Why is the caller ID coming up as Jimmy Norton's number? Jimmy!
Dr. J, thanks for your phone call. We appreciate it. But you have no idea how a radio show works, so I would just sit there and shut the fuck up. Thank you.
Remember the guy that used to call up? Who was the racist guy?
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know.
You should really.
That's awesome.
You should really do that, Opie, and just let the two of us spin off into oblivion. And they'll just start dying.
You know what happened?
And then
the conversation would degenerate into us talking about, I don't know, the hands on the clock or something. Like, what?
There are asses out there that have no idea how this radio show works. Have no idea. Everyone has to play a role on this program. And quite frankly, my role at times is very fucking boring. Very boring.
Unbelievable.
But then I have to be, someone in this room has to move on to other things, or like you said, it would just be a great conversation that turns into nothing eventually.
Just keeps going.
Yeah.
If you don't have some type of director on a movie, do you think like Keanu Reeves can just riff a movie? You think he can just riff a movie? I don't think it's happening.
I can put it this way. Hurricane Rita is still out there somewhere. Are we following the coverage?
No.
No. It's now just blowing at, I don't know, maybe 25 miles an hour right now.
Yeah.
But are the news crews still running after it?
They've moved on.
Are they moving to that other town out there that is now being hit by Hurricane Rita, where the wind speeds are maybe 15 miles an hour?
Another story.
No, the director has moved on to the next hurricane.
There's the next story in line,
which is scratch and match.
Scratch and match. Do you remember the guy though? The racist guy. What was his name?
Which racist guy?
He used to call up.
You know what I'm talking about.
This guy would call up and just
Vinny the racist.
Spout Vinny the racist.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
He'd spout the most racist stuff, and then when he's done, because I'd be going, "Oh my God," and he'd go, "Come on, Anthony, you know what I'm talking about, right?" And they try to get you into the whole circle, like the divide and conquer thing. Anthony, right? Come on now, huh? Yeah. Okay. Right.
I used to work with a guy like that. He hated black people so much they wouldn't even be doing anything, and he could still make it sound bad. He would just we'd be in the car. I'd be like, "Look at him walking down the street." I do that too, you know. No, but dude, it's the way they do it, like they fucking own the sidewalk or something. It's like, not really, dude. They're just kind of going to work.
So that's a guy that doesn't like my role on the show. What can
Obviously.
I tell you? We all have our haters.
Dr. J.
I can tell you this much. I've been doing radio since I was 18. I make a lot of money doing it. And if I was that bad, trust me, the company would love to get rid of my salary. It's all about the numbers in the end. So I think I'm doing just fine as far as XM thinks.
Dr. J.
Loser.
If that was an instant feedback, Opie, I'd have banned him. I
didn't have to go there. I went there, though.
Monday, though. Wow.
I know.
That's such a Friday call. Because it's like, all right, goodbye, I'm out.
After you know you've had a lot of good stuff.
Got a whole week.
You contributed to the show.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what we did this week?
Right.
No,
and you rattle off like 4 hours a day of what we're doing. Monday, what did you do? I woke up.
37 minutes into the first hour.
Your big accomplishment was answering your alarm clock this morning.
That's right.
That's it.
Eric in Jersey. What's up, Eric?
What's going on, Anthony?
Opening?
Yeah, we do get that a lot.
Opening and Anthony.
I have a tragic report about Rita.
Yes.
I'm in Roseland, New Jersey, and my company's picnic might be postponed to Wednesday.
Why?
Because it may rain.
Oh, are we getting rain from this hurricane now?
Of course.
Is that what's
Rita,
going on?
what does it mean for our area? We've gotten those reports.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming up. We're going to get some rain, some humidity, and that's it.
And so we're sandbagging the parking lot so we don't get...
handle Rita.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
And they try to make it sound like that. Rita headed our way, and they get on the weather. The remnants of Rita should, some rain. Yeah. Back to you.
By the way, to Dr. J, because I guarantee he's still listening, see, I cut that phone call off because it was going nowhere and saved us about 30 seconds of bad radio.
No, that guy was, I think he was just picking up a head of steam.
John and Cortland, what's up?
Dr. J knows what I'm talking about.
Now I'm going to point out everything I do on the show today to Dr. J.
Oh, that'll be good.
All the subtle little things I do.
I'm pushing a button
that I get no credit for. You watch, Dr. J.
Slowly into a rage.
You watch.
Of course. By 5 of 11. You see that, Jay? That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
You sit back and watch.
I'm like a surgeon in here.
We love to think this shit just brush it off. It just rolls off us. Nothing.
I don't really get what's going on with the Today Show this morning. They're building what? Walls? They're building houses for victims of Hurricane Katrina?
This is some kind of Habitat for Humanity thing that they're doing. So down there on the skating rink, they're building parts of houses that are going to be shipped somewhere and then built. So they got a bunch of volunteers swinging hammers and using saws and building walls. And now I guess this is the family that is going to get the house once they build all the pieces and then ship it to wherever it's got to be shipped and reconstruct it.
But why are they building them here?
A publicity thing?
Probably, right?
Yeah, of course. The Today Show.
So we'd all talk about it?
Yeah, we were watching earlier and saw some of the Today Show crew out there not even swinging a hammer. Who was that they had out there before?
Al Roker.
Al Roker was out there, and they handed him a hammer. He started singing "If I Had a Hammer" and walked off screen, and Bill pointed out that he probably just hands that to some
Oh, yeah.
the gaffer or something, some backstage guy.
Swinging.
Get this away from me.
How excited would you be if, okay, you just lost your house to a hurricane, and now they're giving you another one that's made out of, like, particle board?
Yeah. You get to see what real crap it's made out of.
And we're in the back office watching this, and Ben or somebody all excited. Tracy Chapman's down there building. And I'm thinking, what else does she have to do? She hasn't had a hit since Fast Car.
She's always looked like a hurricane survivor.
That's awesome.
And who wants your house built by Tracy Chapman?
That's awesome.
Oh, boy, you're
seething.
This guy is just dug in like a tick.
No, I've dug in. Trust me.
No, he's dug in under your skin.
Oh, watch. I'll dig in back.
And they're giving him all kinds of stuff. I just saw they got Saints tickets and...
That's like embarrassing, man.
It is. I'm watching this. I'm embarrassed for them.
You ever see? This is a good one. Every Thanksgiving, whenever they do that, Thanksgiving game and like the Lions play and the Cowboys always play, they always cut during halftime to them, giving out free food to the needy at like the shelters. And these people, as they pan across the room, everybody's covering their head.
Of course they are.
These people went to high school with kids.
Yeah. Yeah, just like they want a drop of dignity left.
I mean, you just see everybody. The hand goes up over their face, and they're still just panning across with that camera with the light, just getting everybody in the corner.
How does it feel to have a nice hot meal today? Could you get the camera out of my fucking face? It's very embarrassing.
Weekend Today's Lester Holt is there with the latest. Lester, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning.
Matt, good morning. We're here.
I'm
here in front of a pile of
Arthur and many of these areas hit
crap.
By Rita. Yes, there are homes like this utterly destroyed, but there are others still standing. Folks, however, can't get in officially, at least to see.
That's a non-story. Sorry to say.
This will go today.
That's probably one of those guys. His front yard always looks like that. They just got nothing. They got to go to that guy who keeps the old car in the front yard.
Yeah, something tells me a lot of those houses just look like disaster areas.
Do you think these guys set up some of these shots? Obviously, there's devastation, but do you think they got some people to help them pile it up to make it a little worse?
Well, they just said there's a lot of houses that are still standing. God knows he's not standing in front of that one.
Right.
I don't know if they're piling shit up on top, but you know damn well they're picking the exact angle that camera is pointing. They're looking how to block the shot,
right,
and where he's going to stand, to make it look a lot worse than it is.
What if this is the only house that was destroyed on that whole block, and all they have to do is pan to the left, and
there's a whole neighborhood.
A whole neighborhood,
fine.
Right? Yeah. They're
well,
showing
that doesn't
some
look
stuff
too bad right
thrown
there.
around on lawns and stuff.
Yeah, those overhangs on gas stations are always flying off these days.
Yeah.
And that's, it looks bad, but it's not.
I could knock a sign over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could do that. Remember in L.A.? Remember the earthquake in L.A. years ago? That one shot that they showed of that street where a water main was broken and a gas main was broken, and you saw this big geyser of water and flames shooting out of the street, and the street was like cracked open. That was the shot that every news organization went to.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, one of them actually showed what was going on. Side to side, and it was perfectly normal. All the houses were fine, but that shot was the perfect stand-up shot. It was water and fire and cracked the ground like what an earthquake is supposed to do. And that's what they're doing in these things. Walk around, find a nasty...
How's the auction going?
Auction's going good. Ends this week.
Quiet.
Ends this week?
Mm-hmm.
As far as what?
As far as everything. We've got about 3 days left.
3 days left on the last items?
Mm-hmm, on the last items.
We raised about $50,000 so far, right?
Yeah, about.
Very cool. How's that Al Pacino poster?
$960 the last time I looked.
For the Scarface poster signed by everybody, including Al Pacino.
Mm-hmm.
Go to opieandanthony.com for the link to the Opie and Anthony auction. There he goes, E-Rock!
Look at him. In time to the music. Fantastic. Nick L. says, wow, I remember this. Good work, E-Rock. Now go get your fucking shine box. Oof.
Well,
nothing? Crash me saying that.
There's a weird thing going on in Jersey today. The average gas price is $2.87. I believe that's what they were saying on the news. All the news crews are at this stupid gas station in Lyndhurst. Where's Lyndhurst, bro?
It's not that far away, actually. It's not that far away from where I live. It's maybe 15 minutes out of the city.
Wow. It's a perfect opportunity for an assault on the media with only days left in the September contest. I'm telling you right now.
When they're going to the gas station story,
right,
there's no problem. New Orleans is completely rebuilt. Everyone's fine and dandy. Their houses are done, all fixed. Everyone moved back in, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I already booked our flights for Mardi Gras.
We're all going to Mardi Gras.
Trust me,
we
dude.
got your beads and everything.
Trust me.
I saw a commercial actually yesterday for the New Orleans people, and the whole vibe was basically, things are still fucked up down here, people.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I saw that one, too, yesterday. It's like black and white, and they do like a montage, and they show crying children, people in boats, trying to get out, and it's like, what? What was this? That happened? That happened somewhere?
Yeah, we have,
It's not raining anymore,
Yeah. Fine.
Pick up some sticks,
I went out today. It's dry. It seemed fine.
We all did our part.
Yeah.
Even we did our part. The Opie and Anthony auction ends Friday.
We gave.
And now we got to move on. Hey, that's reality, though.
That's it.
You can get pissed off all you want at us, but that's the reality of the situation. People just move on with their lives and other TV coverage. What's up with this song?
It's terrible.
Is it really?
I tried listening to it all the way through in the office, and Ben just, can you turn that off, please? It's awful.
Can you read the first paragraph of the email you received?
Again, Ben watches and listens to people getting their heads sawn off.
Yeah.
And he couldn't listen to this. He told Steve to shut it off. Fucking Ben, man.
Go ahead, Steve.
This email came in late last night, and it says, please consider playing new song about Katrina survivors on your station or posting a link on your website by the band Dixie Lizard. You should really take the time to listen to the song that I wrote in honor of all those affected on the Gulf Coast. I have friends, family, and loved ones who have lost everything as a result. Being a singer-songwriter, I took it upon myself to sing my prayer to the survivors.
It's like the little drummer boy. He had nothing to give, but he could give, like, his song and his music. Man.
Ugh. I play the bass guitar, the keyboard, and sing on this very simple but hard-hitting song.
Hard-hitting. Oh, this is going to be... I'm already...
We haven't listened to this yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to love it.
It's of no cost to anyone, and I just want to share my prayer of hope with all concerned. I would appreciate you possibly linking on the song for all your readers to hear.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
It'll be prominently displayed there on Foundry Music.
Oh, it will. I'm also happy to mail you a link so you can play it on your show. And it
gives the links. And then go down here. I also have a direct link.
I also have a direct link to the Red Cross so that listeners can donate to them if they feel the urge to do so. And
they still got a problem down there? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah.
Solved.
Yeah.
If they were doing stories from
profits,
gas stations, everything's got to be cool.
All profits from the song go to the survivors, or is this going in this guy's bank account?
I would hope no money goes in his bank account.
I hope it's one of those songs where we can maybe play that, what is he trying to rhyme with?
Yeah, can we do the rhyming game with this?
Keep your hands on the pause button up.
All right.
Because we like when he goes into something, and it's so easy to like,
yes.
all right, and they gave with their blood, and the next word is flood, because it's so contrived, just no creativity.
I make no money from this, and it is from my heart. Please give it a listen, and if you have comments, please write me back so I can add them to my website.
Oh,
that's all I ask.
Post that email up, baby.
Oh, plenty of comments.
Unload the pests.
See, Joe even
Release
knows
the hounds. Unleash the hounds.
Release the Kraken.
The Kraken. Oh, I totally, that was erased from my memory. I mean, from Jason the Argonauts, what was it, like 1981 or 79 or something?
That was an evil motherfucker, the Kraken.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Oh, I thought it was
Joe's
Jason the
been
Argonauts.
completely rocking for us this morning, but he stepped it up a notch in the last hour when I heard him starting to chew down on the lollipop.
I wish I had another one.
He gave up on the licking crap.
The problem is my tolerance is so
into
fucking high.
Yeah.
My tolerance is so high because I'm high every day. And I give pot to my friends, and they're like, how strong is it? It's kind of strong. And they're like, I can't move. I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot.
How many licks does it take to get stoned from a pot lollipop? 1, 2, 12, 16.
And then one big laugh.
People are watching me.
All right, here we go. Here's the song from... Here's the song from...
Stop looking at me.
I'm going to die someday. Shit.
Here's a song from Dixie Lizard.
Wow. Is this the funeral music? It's like the movie that was played when Godzilla was like stomping through Tokyo in the original Godzilla movie. We're here.
The aftermath.
Watching Tokyo burn. Remember that? It was like the voiceover of the American guy.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla was a Japanese movie, obviously, and then to play it off in America, they added in these clips of this American guy. Oh, it was what's his name? Fuck, can't remember his name. Shit, man, look it up. And they just like added him in so they could have like a star.
Oh, he'll have an answer though.
Yeah, Dan will get it. And it was him like talking over the destruction. And it was this exact music.
Oh, really?
In the background.
I was thinking it was the music when they talk about pollution on TV.
It was Ironside. Who played Ironside?
Raymond Burr.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was Raymond Burr.
Yeah, it was Raymond Burr.
You're right, Raymond
Very good,
Burr.
Wow.
Huh?
That's Uncle Raymond to you?
No, never saw any money.
No relation?
No.
Bastard.
No, this is like when they're showing the destruction of Earth.
Yeah, any
The smokestacks and the pollution.
awful stuff.
Gamera.
How great were those fucking movies?
Watch as a kid, always watched every single.
They were the best.
Godzilla versus the smog monster.
Can see the strength in numbers rising up.
It's like a Pink Floyd outtake.
Face the storm.
This is insane. That's the worst song ever.
There was a flood that covered up the people, and they went up to their roofs. But then, what band was that?
Oh. Crash Test Dummies.
Thank you,
dummies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sean Penn came. They needed to get a kayak and break it through the walls, but
Oh, he changed his direction in the middle of the song.
what the hell?
What song is this? Uh-oh.
Crash Test Dummies, isn't it?
That's not Crash Test.
What's wrong with you? All right, who fucked that up, Derek or Ben?
That was like Sheena Easton.
Yeah, what was that crap?
Yeah, you know, Nathaniel's got it.
You got it, Fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, this is their one-hit wonder.
An accident brought it coming school, but when he finally came back, his hair had turned from black into bright white.
Now Charles Nelson Riley's part.
All right, enough. Jesus. We get it. This guy's ripping off Crash Test Dummies.
Hello, exactly.
All right, back to the sad song about the victims of Hurricane Katrina.
Hey, Diener!
White people! White people did not get caught in the hurricane.
Uh-oh, Chase the Storm. Okay, there we go.
Women, children.
Born.
Sisters, brothers.
Does anything rhyme in this?
Rising up.
Storm.
To help each other.
Face
Storm.
the storm.
Yeah! My fucking bell.
I believe.
Oh my God! This can't be true.
It's awesome.
This can't be real.
Can I get a copy of this?
This is absolutely a joke. This is such a joke.
You want to hear that again?
Of course I do.
It's the greatest bad song ever.
This is wonderful.
I believe. I believe.
Twice.
Oh
my God.
Believe.
If I lived in New Orleans and I didn't die, I'd drown myself after listening to this. It's like the end of Scarface music, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Oh, God.
You got that?
Did he picture like a montage of the pictures being played?
Must have.
Like they were going to use this.
Of course. Right on CNN.
And make a video and... God, This is so, dude.
So I believe.
I believe.
I fucking love bad shit.
Isn't it just?
You guys want to get back to this tribute song?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, gotta hear this.
Every
Come on.
frame.
Where were we?
Something about rain.
Yeah, this is the big pan away from the "World Is Yours" statue. Yeah, Scarface.
Holy crap!
I can see the daylight coming, moving in to blind your pain.
Pain. All right, rain.
A brand new day to start rebuilding.
Rain. It's the rain, right?
A heart so strong.
Uh-oh.
And our faith
Remains. God damn this idiot. Is he making this up as he goes? Believe. Fuck, something that rhymes with rain.
It's so slow, you can't even remember what the fuck he said that rhymes with it.
I know. Takes forever.
Believe you will rise again.
Jimmy, what do you think of this guy?
He stinks, and I don't like him.
I believe.
You couldn't surround this guy with enough chicken wire.
I want to know how many takes he did of this. This is the keeper.
Yeah.
How many did he toss?
Yeah, you know the producer just knows he's hopeless. Like, yeah, I think we got it on that one. I want to do another take. No, we got it, man. We're feeling it.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Dude, that isn't even worthy of any of those sounds. That's just like...
Wow.
That was really bad.
I kind of like it.
Someone sound like Buffalo Bill from...
I think it's going to raise a lot of money.
I can see...
Oh.
Whoa.
And there it goes.
There
Never
it
to be
goes.
heard again. I believe...